Hi, my name is Fred Weinberg, and I'm currently working as a special education teacher's aide at Ridge Ranch Elementary School in Paramus, New Jersey. I'm one of 3 aides in a classroom with 1 teacher and 6 students who range in age from 5 to 8 years old. But I didn't always want to be a teacher. In fact, for many years, I didn't know what I wanted to do at all. Back in college, I had studied political science and criminal justice, thinking that I might become a lawyer. Then I tried business, thinking that I could do just about anything with a business degree. Everyone had always said, "Follow your passion," but I didn't know what my passion was. Upon graduation, and still not knowing what it was I wanted to do, I took a series of jobs in the field of retail management, overseeing things like women's accessories, children's clothes, and even buying shoes for a chain of shoe stores. But each job that I took was just that, a job, nothing more. 5 years out of college and I still didn't know what I wanted to do. It was at about this time that my brother, who was living in Los Angeles, suggested that I move out to California. And so I made the move out west to see if I could figure out just what I wanted to do with my life. And before long, thanks to an introduction through my brother, I was making use of my managerial skills on a movie set. After a couple of years, I landed at the Walt Disney Company, transitioning with the times to work on the production end of a series of their digitally animated movies. I found the work enjoyable and even satisfying, and continued along this path on the East Coast, working on a few more animated films. Eventually, I moved on to making preschool animated children's television. The shows I produced were for kids ages 2 to 5 and contained appropriate curriculum and moral lessons for the young viewers. These things, above all else, brought me a great deal of satisfaction in my work. But I began to realize that the shows I was making weren't really about the children. It was about the business. I had always felt pretty good knowing the shows I made provided both learning and enjoyment to children. But somehow, that wasn't enough anymore. So I decided the time was right for something that I had been thinking about for several years but had never acted upon. Becoming a teacher. I come from a long line of educators, actually. Both of my parents were teachers. My sister is an art teacher. My aunt, my cousins, my other cousins, my cousins' kids, all teachers. I also fondly remember several of my high school teachers and what they meant to me. Mr. Lanzolato's sense of humor, the day Mr. Fritzinger came into the class fully dressed as a soldier from the Revolutionary War, and when Mr. Pistorio showed me a picture of his newborn son and the sheer joy that I could see on his face. And now, being a father myself, it all hit home. I took a position as a teacher's aide in the Paramus School District. A great opportunity to see firsthand if the classroom was really the right place for me. When I originally applied for the position, I didn't know that it was for a special education classroom. And when I found out, I kinda took it as a sign. You see, I have a nephew that's autistic. Over the years, I've seen him grow from a baby to a 14-year-old boy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And there's no doubt in my mind that the successes he has achieved are due to a combination of classroom education, therapies he receives both inside and outside the school, and the effort, the love, and the support my brother gives him every day of his life. The classroom I was placed in has 6 students, all with autism, and all at varying levels of severity. What this means is that each student learns in a different way and at a different pace.
Where do you go to school? Run into something? Ridge Ranch. Nice job.
The teaching methodology used here is called Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA. ABA is a program that applies behavioral principles to everyday situations that will, over time, increase or decrease targeted behaviors. It can be used to help individuals acquire language skills, self-help skills, socialization skills, and also to help decrease maladaptive behaviors, such as aggression, self-stimulatory behaviors, and self-injury.
Much better. Good job. Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. What day is today? Wednesday. Nice job. If yesterday was the 3rd, what number comes after 3? 4. So today is Wednesday, the 4th of what month? Do you mind hitting number 6 on that boombox? Let's say our months of the year together. I know you're from the 90s. Here we go. January. I need to hear you singing. February.
As I have spent more and more time in the classroom working with these wonderful kids, great teacher, and really wonderful aides, I've become more and more inspired. Each achievement or sign of progress a student makes feels like a victory. Every regression is like a challenge. When I first started, I didn't know the first thing about how to go about my responsibilities or even what they were. But I learned it first by observing the other aides and eventually by working one-on-one myself with the students. One day, I hope to have my own classroom, filled with kids and with possibilities, to be in the position to help them achieve the successes that they are capable of reaching, even though many will tell them that they can't. I have witnessed a parent's joy when seeing the progress their son or daughter is making. There's no words to describe the great satisfaction that gives me. I was actually warned in advance of starting this job that it just isn't for everyone. But I knew on my first day that this was where I wanted to be. I knew that my decision to become a teacher was the right one, maybe one of the best decisions of my life. I know that this is what I want to do. I applied to Ramapo College of New Jersey and was officially accepted into the teacher education program this fall.